This is the lesson for I Should Have Known Better. Start with the intro. We're on the 3rd fret on our B and our E strings. We're going to strike both of those simultaneously. Pick down through our D, G, and B strings. Now we're going to open D and open E. 1st fret on the E, open again. Now when we go back to the G chords there, we're going to strike our B string first. We're going to hit them simultaneously just the first time. Now we'll get into the verse part. That chord there, on 3rd fret on my B string, 5th fret on my A and G strings, 4th fret on my D. I'm going to hit the A and the E string, and then strum the rest, the D, G, and B. Now I'm back to the 3rd fret on the B and E string. I'm hitting both of them, pivoting off the D, then back to the B string. Now when I go back to the G chord the next time, I'm not on the 3rd fret on the B string there, just the E. Right there, everything's open. I'm hitting the E, D, and then the B and E strings. Now my bass is going to the 2nd fret on the A string. Now I'm going to strike the E and the B strings. Now I'm going to a C chord. 1st fret on my B, 2nd fret on my D, 3rd fret on my A. I'm going to strike the B and E strings first. Then the A, D, G, and D. Now I'm going to G in the bass, 3rd fret on my top E string. The next part, E open, 1st fret, 2nd fret. Now I'm in a D chord, 2nd fret on my E and G strings, 3rd fret on my B. I'm hitting the D, G, B, then back to the G string. Now to A in the bass. Now the next part, 1st fret on my E, 2nd, 3rd fret. Now I'm back into the intro part. So I'll take it up to there so you can hear how it sounds. Now the transition, I'm barring across the 5th fret, 7th fret on my D string, and then I'm going to hammer on the 7th fret on my B string. Right there, instead of going to the D chord, I'm barring across the 2nd fret, 4th fret on my D and my B string. I'm going to hit the E, high E first, then the A, down through the B string. Now I'm going to the top E string in the bass, 2nd fret there. Open E, open B, open E, 2nd fret on the E string, 3rd fret on the E string. Now I'm going to C in the bass, 3rd fret on my A string. Back to the 2nd fret on the E, open again. Then I'm hitting the bass again. First fret on my B string there. Open E, back to G in the bass. Open B. After I hit that open B, I'm going to hit the bass again, D, G, and B strings. That chord there, 2nd fret on my A and G string, 1st fret on my D string. I'm hitting the B first, then strumming down through the A to the B string, then back up. Now I'm back to E in the bass, open B, open E, 2nd fret, and instead of going to C in the bass this time, I'm leaving that E. From the 3rd fret, 2nd, open. After I hit it open, I'm strumming that bass again. Back to the 3rd fret. Now the next part, 2nd fret on my G string, 3rd fret on my E. I'm hammering on from the 2nd to the 4th fret on the G string there. So it'll sound like that. That chord there, 2nd fret on my A and G string, 3rd fret on my D. I'm not hitting the whole chord just yet. I'm going to hit the G open and that 2nd fret on the A. Then I'm going to put the rest of the chord down, the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret there. I'm going to hit the D string first, then the B, G, and D string again. So it'll sound like this. Now the next part, 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on my D and G strings. I'm going to hit the A, D, and G string. Now I'm going to G in the bass, 3rd fret on my E string top. When I hit that G in the bass, I want to hit my B string simultaneously with it, open, then to the 1st fret. So it'll sound like this. Now I'm going to slide this up, 3rd fret on my B string, 5th fret on my A and G, 4th fret on my D. I'm going to hit the B string first, then the A, then the G. Now I'm going to an open B string, open A string, to the 2nd fret on the G there. 3rd fret on my B string, 3rd fret on my E string, D and G open. Now the next chord is 5th fret on my A and D strings, 4th fret on my G. Now the next part, 7th fret on my high E, E open, D and G open. Now 7th fret on my bass E. Now we're going to repeat that. And instead of going to the 3rd fret on the B string there, like I did the first time, I'm just hitting the G open. So I'll take that chorus part up to that point. Now I'm back into it. The transition, and then back into the verse. For the end part, they just go from that transition to the intro. And there you have it. That's the lesson for I Should Have Known Better. See you next time.